Yes, say what's the result so aba and so Daniel self for. Oh, you're right, Danyame. You wasted time or Ghana power unnecessary time. You wasted time or Ghana unnecessary. Just say you to me sorry no pa. Na ya shada ni you wasted time 24 hours ni nyina. If aso bi amaso ni asa akoda. Now, you're sorry yeah. You so why I can release the results of 2025 in Korana omuwie in school no. Now, 2025 Wassce was conducted under heightened invigilation, strengthened supervision, and strict adherence to examination protocols across all centers. Now, you're sorry, and you see what's the results now? But social studies almost fairly, mathematics almost fairly, the issue here is why we are here today. The results we are seeing, and we all know, all the people sitting on TV pretending as if they say this is news to us. No, we are all hypocrites. We know. Let's put politics aside. But we all know the genesis of this problem. And the genesis is say, for a very long time, we had a government that did not listen to advice. We had a whole government that did not pay attention to details. We had a government that was all about votes, what people would say, campaign message. We had a government that saw education as a tool to empower themselves through politics. That's all. We all saw our education, it was deteriorating. The quality of students we were producing from the senior high school, from the day Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, or the free SHS Aba, open the floodgates. There was no checks. At a point, teacher-student contact, it was basically like 2%. We all know. In Korano, this is nothing new. Let's not pretend. We all knew from the beginning, say, the kind of students are now you produce, your SSNE produce, 90% of them, they were not supposed to be given the nod to pass as senior high school graduates. At a point, Akufo-Addo friend Akufo-Addo graduates. It's all about slogans. It was about saying things to make some people feel say some people have been defeated. The fact of the case is the reason why Intia recorded these bad results and then say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo move free power no. The invigilation, the strict way GES and WAEC, they basically monitor the elections no. The usual pass and go did not happen. Let's accept this fact. Let us be honest. This is not politics. So let it not look like say one where NDC problem, MPP problem. We know say the problem starting here now. You can't say the free SHS needs to be reviewed. We were not prepared for free SHS. We were not prepared. And some people made it look like, say, anytime I raise the issue about free SHS, we not being prepared and that things have to be looked at in a different way. No, you become an enemy to Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, NPP. No. We knew, at a point, a whole government, ekoto apo de mankwara. No, this is serious. So okoto past question de mankwara. Now patch akwara ne saying. Onsia sa questions and pass it. It is the responsibility of that kid to study. It is not your responsibility to buy questions for the kid because you have given the kid textbooks to read. It's the moment Ube created that opportunity, no avenue na makwara no. The kid automatically starts to relax because at the end of the day, manko class to cry. Say about try exam sa abai be ni bottom sika akoto de akoto pasco ama yesuya. The probabilities of pasco de e bi beto no high. So What was the challenge? In 2021, Ministry of Education has spent 34.8 million to purchase 446,954 sets of past questions for 2021 Wassce candidates under free SHS. This was reported by GH1 in 2021. Yatam Ghana sika 34.8 million Ghana cedis. Yarikoto Pasco Dima Enquara, who are supposed to crack their brains, who are supposed to read using textbooks. Textbooks are supposed to guide them to go write exams. You know, a whole government under NPP, Ekufuado, Bawumia, Educhum, Sa NPP way, it is 34.8 million Ekoto past questions. Now in 2021, so top past question ama akorabi or SS1. Now who say the seniors near to past question mama. Dear the mama sa akora no akotena classroom esua de. Because odim say edu ne so na obetre exams na. Obeto past question amano. That is what we are seeing today. Adia ekoso ndere enye anything e o se free obi betena radio so say be church bu kire. No, in church bu bia nim. It is the free SHS that Ekufuado ne Bawumia omu jimi na omu enya abotre. Because we didn't have enough facilities to host these kids. 90% of Nkurano, they did not even meet a teacher to teach them. They could not even take an assignment to a teacher to say, "Sir, madam, the outshare and the mentias here and the Waba class there, break this down." They did not get that advantage. They did not get that opportunity. Red, blue, green, fono. They didn't understand what was going on. Akurano kwa onya baby ponda. Classroom na yama. Oh, teacher nimpo. Yet to be the 2 months in school, 6 months at home. You need to understand that you were breaking the education down. They went all the way down. This is what they came to tell us. Education Ministry PRO clarifies alleged 68.5 million spending on photocopying Wassce Pasco. Almost has spent 68.5 million to do photocopies on Pasco. This is in 2024. Almost Ghana sika, almost 70 million Ghana. Almost koto and ko printe Pasco. Why do you do that? Enquarana mufeli no. The fact is, they did not go through any education. They went through school. Nobody obianche enquara we ade. Enquara we no mufeli no. And no fault too. The people who introduce this kind of shambolic free SHS. And we need to say it, because you see, say today, when you listen to people on TV, they are being politically mindful of their statements. No. What we are seeing today about these Wassce things and all that, it is because not NPP are buying say SHS, no. They destroyed it. The fact is, say, SS yena yekobi, ye koyesu ko wie, eme yenim ye mate ye bom nyina din. So we know how it used to work. We know how it used to work. But from 2017, SHS changed. It changed into something else. I know behind here. The moment I raise issues about every SHS, you become an enemy to the NPP government and the NPP grass cutters. The moment you say for a kid to be able to pass the exams, it's not just about sitting in the classroom. A lot of things come together before a kid can pass an exam. And intina obu ha o se me school way, and yet because say me school way ni keke no. It is because of the facilities na ewo ho no. And intina ende you will be a friend of grade A school, grade B school. It is almost awufo because me pesa chinchina me bako school we are. It is because we who facility ewo school any what the facility has been able to bring out. There are some students who schools be that brilliant too, but it's because they got the environment to learn, because they got the assistance, because at the end of the day, what they needed for them to feel comfortable, no, they had it, no, they were able to at least have some mind to understand what they were being taught. It is not just putting a kid in school and saying free SHS into Ubecha. It doesn't work like that. From the day the kid enters that school, you need to make sure, say, akwalane welfare, no, if it drops for even 5%, that kid, the probability of that kid failing is high. So the kid has to go through the school, not just to read, but for you to basically condition the kid's mind. Also, or sorry, or that, or to me that soundly. At that age, that kid needs to sleep soundly. When you crowd about 8 to 9 hours of sleep, uninterrupted sleep. I was so making sure say baby or dano in tuntumi and the stewa korano the health in here. Sa korano sorry also nye duane papa di. Sa korano or your bar ne sanitary pad they need to be, you see, the kids, they need to be in a condition to be able to understand it. So I got in a classroom and then so what sha you're saying kwara international school no ama bench and kwara mo saito and kwara mo saito no ebia ben, but who compare to international school it is because international school no majority of kwara no they are comfortable. So say obetie teacher no kwara 20% at least emu 10% back obetie. Now this is a situation a kid goes to school oni akonya tim otarinto kwara ho school na o ho no sebio eduane ni ho school no ho no classroom no krampo no omunkom baby obeda no osori no power bre. What is going to make that kid get up and say me ko dware asakotena class? Because we bre. Because if you don't get a good sleep, you cannot walk to class. You are already tired. The brain is already tired. Intercorrect class on bibia. And when you go to Yanya SSD, it is important you take nap. We have quiet times. It is important everybody goes to bed at 9:30 at Persec. It is important. You want school and tears here because so ya kwaba dwin say adena school ni show from prep adentina yasabo adoma say obia enko worship quick enkoda. It is because they have strategized in the way you have enough rest. Say upon school area between 2 and 5. Say groundswork everybody has to go take some nap. That is how it works. These things are important for the kid to understand because if you don't condition the kid's mind well, unya results now open. And through the governance, the kids were not going to school to pass. They were just going through their schools. We were not teaching them. Why are we pretending that today this is new? This is not new. Let's be honest to each other. We need more facilities. We need to make sure say yetimi accommodating Korani ye. What is this thing of John Mahama administration no kwasiebi I almost person Korani beko university na Jimmy na omo pass here na I didn't John Mahama stop you so pass it. E John Mahama come again. Adena mo MPP for nkrantie we mo Jimmy sir. Ube wa krantie bi not social media. We there NDC for na e share that e failing kwana. Na adena omo fail omo am failing there NDC am fail omo. So NDC for na mark ya. Adena omo be pass ya omo be fail here. Adena say NDC for person kwana be go school. So NDC for na come mark exams na. Adena omo fail omo nyina. No mo say this year there akore bia ni wo be ko tertiary interban interest ke bia. Mo nkrantie na mo MPP mo Jimmy. You have caused this serious problem. I was saying it was caused by Baumia, Ekufuado, MPP, Mwejimi. We need to get to the bottom of this. The only solution to this problem is to make sure free SHS, there are more facilities to do what? To contain these kids, accommodation wise, and school facilities. I was saying enough. Near to Ghana na kwasi suit the TV so and you know and I believe and the solution is one. The free SHS implementation was wrong. It started on a bad note. We need to correct it. We need to review it. Yanti kroma na chichire jimi nene ba omia concert Ghana ka say review means cancel. Kwasi afo na mo kroma. Anna mo MPP nkrantie we mo jimi sa. We know the truth. And the make mo MPP for no say you people, you are not fighting the NDC. You need to convince Ghana for no munim nyansa no.